All right, nice and fast, we'll get it all in there. Hi-hat stomping away, we'll get some triplets in there, we'll get some little bursts of 16th notes in there. And some crashes, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hey drummers, how's it going? It's Alex once again, bringing you some more fun-free drumming ideas. For this week's lesson, we've got a nice little tom groove. It's in 6/4. We haven't done a tom groove for a while, so I thought, I'll whip this one out. I've stolen many of the ideas from the Riverboat Song by Ocean Colour Scene. Many of the accents are in the same sort of place, but we have got a few sort of more right-lefts going on. Like I said, it's in 6/4. I'll sort of show you how to count it, I'll show you how to orchestrate it, but of course, once you've got this idea down, you can sort of do what you want with it. So, if you like what you saw in the intro and you want to give this bad boy a crack, stick around and I'll break it down. Here we go. All right, so we're dealing with 6/4, which means there are 6 quarter notes per bar, which doesn't make sense, which is why the whole quarter note, eighth note, it works nice if you're in 4/4, but of course if you're playing in a slightly odd time signature, not that 6/4 is particularly odd, but it doesn't quite make sense because you can't have 6 quarters. But in this case, we've got 6 crotchets per bar, and that's going to be sort of like just led by the right hand. So our right hand's going to be going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All the notes I'm going to be playing in between those are just going to be like the and of each beat, so I'll be playing them as eighth notes. The main thing we need to look at, we'll get the sticking down, and then we need a couple of notes to pop. Even though you're still playing right, left, right, left, right, left, we've got to get some of those accents up on this little tom up here. Sounds nice if you've got like a few different toms going around your kit. I'd recommend going for one of the higher ones. This is just a little 10-inch, so it pops quite nicely in comparison to the 16-inch floor. And what we want to try and do, let's go up to beat 4. That's where most of the hard work's going to be. We're going to start off down on the floor tom with both hands. I'm going to go 1 and 2 and. Now on the and of beat 2, I'm going to whack that high tom a little bit harder than everything else. Give it a bit of an accent. So we've got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. All right, so we're going to land with the bass drum on beat 1 and beat 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. We've only got a little bit to go after this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, so keep your floor toms nice and low. I'm not riding particularly hard with my right hand, and when my left hand comes over to join it, it sort of joins it at the same sort of dynamic as well. But when I get up to the high tom, pop, I'll give it a bit more whip of the wrist. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Now, beat 4, we're going to play as a quarter note, so we've got a little bit of space after that. And then beat 5, we're going to do the same thing, but that's where we're going to provide our backbeat by bringing the left hand over to the snare and whacking it at the same time as the floor tom. And then once we've done that, we've only got beat 6 to go, which we're going to play 6 and. So it's another right left on the floor tom. So if we put that all together, we've got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5, 6 and. Okay, I'm cracking that snare quite hard, catching a rim shot if I can. If not, like I said, just give it a bit more whip of the wrist and see if you can, slog it a bit harder so it stands out, because you've got to compete with the floor tom. Well, just the floor tom, no kick on that one. So here we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5, 6 and. If we loop that around, we're going to get this little 4-note pattern on the floor tom reoccurring. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5, 6 and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5, 6 and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5, 6 and. All right, so just to start snazzing things up a tiny bit. In fact, let's speed this up a little bit because it does sound quite nice. Let's just turn you down a wee bit. Keep it soft on the floor, popping it on the high tom snare. 1, 2, I can't count that. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5, 6 and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5, 6 and. 1, 3 and 4, 5, 6 and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5, 6 and. But we counted it when it was slow, so that's fine. Right, so that's going to be like our first round. The second round we're going to do, we're just going to pop an extra note up on that high tom. So it's going to be on the and of beat 3, just before we lay down our kick on beat 4. So if we go nice and slowly again, we've got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5, 6 and then we're back to the beginning. So let's loop that bad boy around. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5, 6 and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5, 6 and. Speed it up. Pop, pop. If you want, you can get your left foot doing a little bit of work as well. So it sounds quite nice if it just sort of imitates and replicates what the right hand's doing. can sort of do half the work, just sort of play it as minims, half notes, like, I'll put myself on the spot here. Sounds quite nice just going from those sort of like once every, like on beat 1 and beat 3 and beat 5 to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so I know we just blasted through that quite quickly. Let's just slow it down again because I didn't really count through it with the 2 variations. Nothing's really changing with regards to like the sticking pattern. It's just that you're going to be accenting on the high tom twice in a row every other round. So we've got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5, 6 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 6 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5, 6 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5, 6 and. So we've got that nailed. What we can do now, so it sounds quite nice. Obviously you can just blast that around over and over and over again, and you've got those little ideas you can put on the hi-hat. If you want to just snazz things up, and this pops up in the song a couple of times, there's like quite a few little groups of 4, sort of like ding da da ding da 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 ding da da ding da 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 ding da da ding da. They sound quite cool. But what I think sounds even more special is if we go to triplets. So on beat 5 and beat 6, we're going to start playing this little 6-note pattern, which will be 3 groups of 8th note triplets. So it'll be 5 triplet, 6 triplet as we go around. And I think we'll just sort of like, obviously we need to put the backbeat on beat 5. 5 triplet, 6 triplet, 5 triplet, 6 triplet. And that'll sound quite nice, I reckon. So we go. Let's go fast. Alright, this is going to change the sticking a tiny bit because originally we were playing beat 5. If we weren't doing the triplets at the end, we were sort of like landing both the hands at the same time. With this one, we're going to have to just sort of lead with our right hand, bring it from the floor tom for the first time in the entire groove, and then ba 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 ba, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5 triplet, 6 triplet, and then we're back to the beginning again. So let's just go through that nice and slowly and count it out. I'll play the first measure as we've been learning it so far, and then the second measure we'll chuck in those triplets. So we've got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5, 6 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5 triplet, 6 triplet, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5, 6 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5 triplet, 6 triplet, bang. 2 toms. And then triplets. I was doing my left foot there. But yeah, so that is the groove. It's a real fun one to play. If you don't know the song, go and check it out. It's called the Riverboat Song by Ocean Colour Scene. And if you are sort of, I don't know if it's worldwide, but if you're living in the UK, you've got the Trinity Rock and Pop. It's like a grade 5 song from there. But this is like again, it's just a classic case of taking something you like the sound of, stealing some of the ideas, manipulating it a little bit to make it sound like your own, and then passing it off as an original groove. Let's pop up there and play at a few different speeds. All right, here we go. All right, let's do the basic groove nice and slow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right, so this time I'll go a bit faster. We'll get some stepped hi-hats on beat 1, beat 3 and beat 5. So that should sound a bit like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. let's get them going on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, nice and fast, we'll get it all in there. Hi-hat stomping away, we'll get some triplets in there, we'll get some little bursts of 16th notes in there. And some crashes, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright drummers, so there it is. I hope you enjoyed that lesson. Thank you very much for watching. If you did like it, please hit that like button. It helps out the video a lot. It sort of bumps it up and gets it out there to a few more potential drummers. If you're not a subscriber already, hit that subscribe button if you want to. You'll get access. Well, you don't get access, but you know, it'll be easy to find all the videos I've got. And if you want to be notified every time a new lesson comes out, hit that little bell icon. If you want the sheet music, there's a link to my website down below. Go over there, you can print it off, download it onto your phone, your tablet, whatever device you've got. And if you want to get a little bit more involved, get some more content, then you can sign up as a sponsor, and there's details on the website on how to do that as well. So, with all that said, I hope you have a wonderful next couple of weeks before I do another free one, and I'll see you very soon for some more fun free drumming ideas. Alright, see you later. Bye.